So I managed to organize them all. Yay me. I didn't think that that was gonna happen, but let's peruse, shall we? Let's get rid of all of my organizational skills that I somehow acquired, and we're just gonna figure out what's in where, because I've already forgotten. Ugh. No, go back on. No. That's fine. Okay, so these are the Elite Trainer boxes. They have... Basically, they all have Pokemon. Except for, like, one. I think it's this one. Yes, this has supporter cards, but they're separated by generation. There's also some supporter cards in one of the tins, but that's a different story. So this starts with Gen 7 Fairy types. So this is from Gen 7 Fairy types. Then it'd be Gen 8 Fairy types, and then all of the colorless types. Yep. All of the normals. And after normal is the supporters, which are kind of organized by what generation. Oh yeah, and also regional forms, because I just really like the concept of regional forms, so they get their own little spot. And then these are like by generation, and then like this very end bit is like spin-offs and stuff like that. Ugh. This one, I think I did it by, how old and new they were. Okay, so these are psychic types from Generation 8. So from Generation 8, then that should be the rest of the fighting types, the dark types, the steel types, the dragon types, and the start of the fairy types, which are guessed back here. Dragon types, dark types, steel's in there somewhere. There they are. Here they are. And, oh, yeah, fighting types. A lot of those. The Solgaleo one. This one should have... I don't remember. It has water types from Gen 2. Okay, so Gen 2 water types onward through the water types. And it should have electric types. Electric types, so they are, all of them. And then the rest of the psychic types that weren't in the other one. These are all basically cards that are either not in the Pokedex or not like special or important cards. Whether they're like old or what have you, like they're not any of those. They're boring cards. And this, you can probably guess what's in here. Grass types. It's backwards. Grass types starting with Gen 1. Yes, that starts with an Ivysaur, but I assure you there isn't a Bulbasaur in there. Then fire types are here somewhere. There they are. And the start of the water types. Kachuk. We're gonna put these back exactly how they were, because I'm not screwing up my great organization. Alright. Next we have this deck box. This is where all the old And special cards are, for the most part, there are some old cards that are in, some old and some special cards that are in there. That's just because I felt like they fit better. They're all sleeved up. Just basically anything that I found cool, interesting. The old ones, the secret rares from evolutions, the what have yous, the what ifs. All sleeved up. They're not in any, like, like sleeving kind of thing. These three are energies, so they are kind of in a kind of sort of order. The ones with the Ho-Oh, the Shining Legend sleeves, are more normal cards. These sleeves have the secret rares from evolutions. The Solgaleo ones are all cool cards. Basically the ones that are EXs, Vs, GXs, what have yous. Let's pack those up. We're gonna set this here, and you're gonna get to be there for a little bit and enjoy the view of my carpet, my slightly blurry carpet. It goes right there. So these little things contain two different things. The McDonald's ones, these were for the 25th anniversary celebration with McDonald's Happy Meals, where I went to a McDonald's and I asked for 4 Happy Meals and they happily obliged. Put this back here, and more carpet for you. Now blackness. That. Alright. The darkness is okay. You can deal with the darkness. You're not afraid of the dark, are you? You're a man. Or a man. And then this one. Oh. This is a complete set of the cards from the Trick or Treat thing. And you could easily get a complete set from it if you just bought it and then opened it, like I did. But I still think it's neat. You get to experience darkness again. Yeah, there you go. Now on to all of these. First thing we'll grab is this, and I'm not moving them because I spent too much time. This is all trainers. There are stadiums right here. I'm not going to pull them out. Somewhere in between here is the rest of the supporter cards that aren't they're like more generic supporter cards rather than being from like a specific character from a specific generation. Then the rest are Pokemon tools and items. I think this is all trainer cards, and I somehow fit them in here. You remember the big stacks in the other one. This goes on top here. And there's this tin, the Pokemon Go tin, and this is just energies. It's from special energies, like the double colorless and what have you, as well as the double dragon one. Then it goes fairy. I think I could pull some out. Nope. Oh, I can, but I don't really want to. Fairy, Steel, Dark, Fighting, Psychic, wherever the Psychic ones are. And then I think it ends there in this tin, yes. Because I ended it there in this tin, I could have put a few more on top, but I refused because I did not have, because then I wouldn't have this one here. Or rather, it'd be more pointless if I to not use to use this one here. This is the fire, water, grass, and electric ones. Yep, I needed 2 separate tins for all of them. Which was gonna happen regardless. You think I could fit more in there? Correct. But still more would have to go in here. It was gonna happen regardless. And then we have the miscellaneous things, such as this thing, which holds nothing. It has the card that came in it, and that's it. It's not even a card, it's like this little art gallery thing. It looks nice. Wow. And you're supposed to like collect all 5 tins to get the full picture, but you could just get full pictures right here. Like I got it already. It does nothing. It sits here and looks pretty. Then we have this deck box, and we're gonna open it, but we're not gonna move anything yet. This is the everything else box. Coins, dice, counters, the V-Star counters, the GX Tag Team counters, the GX counters, the everything that you would need to play the game. Like the actual trading card game. And not just collect them because you have no life. There you go. I screwed this up slightly. They go here. And then this goes here. I think. Then we have this like half tin, which confuses me. My dog is screaming because thunder. These are all code cards. They're all used. You can't use any of them. Go ahead, try. They just sit in here because I have no other place for them and I don't really want them to be loose. How did I fit this thing in here before? Never mind. Alright, this is a playmat that came with a deck thing, and it's one of the flimsy paper ones because that's all they ever give you. It goes right here. And then the final thing are these. These are the only things I'm gonna have loose because, in all honesty, I don't really care. It's dividers and sleeves. These are all dividers from the Elite Trainer boxes, and then the one from the deck box. You might notice some Lunala ones in there, and that's because I used to have a Lunala one. Where did it go? Who knows? I don't know where it is. If I prayed, maybe it'd like appear one day. Because that's how praying works. It just kind of appears in front of you once you pray, apparently. And then the sleeves. And I've used a few, as you've seen. But yep, just sleeves. Tons of them, and one Fusion Strike one, because I bought a single one time and it came in this. There you go. I think I remember now. It went like this. That'll go there, and then these can just sit there now. And then, of course, the magnum opus of the actual collection itself, along with these jumbo cards over here. which are just going to go in the binder for now because, in all honesty, I have no other place for them. Pikachu V Union looks adorable. Shaman V Star, adorable. Sinnoh GX, full art. These GX one, I again have no idea where the actual cards went, and it makes me angry that I lost them, because that was obviously a me as a kid thing, and I can't believe I let them be just like taken or like whatever. I have this. I don't know where I got it, but I have it. And the other two. The magnum opus is the Pokedex, obviously, because it has every single Pokemon. At least I think it's cool in me. You'll see that it has a combination of newer and older cards, such as this really old Bulbasaur. I think this is like, what is it, 2005? 2004. This is this really old Ivysaur, this old Charmeleon, Squirtle and Dark War Turtle. This is evolutions. Don't count it. It's fine. And old one, Gen 2, Gen 2, Gen 1 evolutions. Gen 1. Yeah, just tons of these, and it is fully complete all the way to Generation 6. Oh yeah, Mega Alakazam, because Alakazam has not been made until like one of these cards, since this card was made, or I guess like once Sabrina's Kadabra existed. And they've only been in EX form, so I just put the Mega Alakazam in there and called it a day, because I don't really want to spend money on a really old Alakazam card until they eventually reprint it, or they make a new one that costs like 50 cents online. It's complete, and then some of them have their Alolan forms. I have every Alolan form. I don't have every Galarian form. I have like almost every Galarian form, but the ones that have their Alolan forms will just have them right behind them. I'm missing like 3 Galarian forms. It's Galarian Slowbro. He's not here, unfortunately. I really like that card. I think Galarian Weezing and Galarian Rapidash, and I just don't have those cards, which is very unfortunate. Same with Hisuian cards, but I have even less of those. I have like 2. But it's complete all the way up to Gen 6. And basically I chose them based off of either were they old cards or did they look fantabulous like this card here. If I didn't have either of those, Gardevoir, I just didn't want to spend more money on a Gardevoir card when I had it already. Oh, there's Castform forms back there. Some of them have alternate forms. Not a lot of them do, but some of them do. Funny story about this card, it costs $10, because this is the only version of Mantike that they've ever printed, ever. That is not a joke, and I spent $10 on this card because I had to. Well, I mean, technically I didn't have to spend $10 on a flimsy little piece of cardboard, but you know what I mean. Anyway, technically there are 2 more versions of that card, but there's 3 as opposed to like Lucario, which gets a card every set, you know. Swoop-de-whoop, whoopus-doopus. Yeah, then it's just every single little slot has something in it to represent the Pokemon that's supposed to be in there in Pokedex order. I only have black and white Kyurem, but I think they look cooler anyway, so who cares? Ooh. Some of the cards are Japanese, like this one, and that's just because it was cheaper to get this as a single rather than pay more money for an English version. And here is the end of the complete Pokedex, number 721. The rest of it is incomplete, unfortunately. I do have a lot of Alola cards because I was obsessed with the base set of Sun and Moon. I followed every little bit of X and Y, so I could probably tell you like where each and every set in that went. But like when base set Sun and Moon came out, I got so many cards from that set. But I unfortunately didn't get all of them, and that is seen here. And then I basically have like a huge page of missing cards, because like you can see that through there, but yeah, because the Ultra Beast came out later, and that was annoying, because at that point in time I'd stopped buying a bunch of Pokemon cards. And then I have some Galarian cards, mostly filling out most of the pages with at least one thing in the slot. With like a few exceptions. I made sure to get all of these because I love these. I love these Pokemon. They are such cool ideas. Oh yeah, this one's another flimsy one that doesn't have a lot of them because it's DLC stuff. And this is where I would put an Amorous if I had one, which would be the end of the Pokedex all the way up to 905. And then I basically I dedicate the rest of this to the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon, which I pulled, including this beautiful looking Iron Treads, because I don't have any more of these little thingamajigs. So we're just gonna keep it like that, and in all honesty, it'd be kind of a waste of money to get those right now when I have so little. So that's the card collection. It is my problem and my baby, and I will never let it go, ever. And at some point, I'm pretty sure I'll have a friend over, and they will take some cards out, and inevitably I will pull them all back out and reorganize them again, and that is when I will regret my life choices, maybe. Probably not.